everyone, and welcome to today's webinar titled Recent Advances in Lyophilized qPCR Reagents. This webinar is a part of the 6th Annual Laboratory Automation Virtual Event. I'm Antonina Salcido of LabRoots, and I will be your moderator for today's event, with help from Marie Stone of LabRoots. Today's educational web seminar is presented by LabRoots and sponsored by Thermo Fisher Scientific. For more information about Thermo Fisher Scientific, please go to thermofisher.com. Now let's get started. Before we begin, I'd like to remind everyone that this event is interactive. We encourage you to first participate by communicating with other attendees using our new live chat feature during the presentation. You can find the live chat located at the right of your screen. You can also participate by submitting as many questions as you would like during the presentation. To do so, simply type them into the Ask a Question box and click Submit. In addition to asking questions, we encourage you to participate in 3 poll questions in the middle of the presentation. Click on your answer when the poll questions are displayed. If you have trouble seeing or hearing the presentation, click on the Help Desk button located at the bottom of your screen within the navigation bar or from the lobby. Finally, as a reminder, this presentation is educational and offers free continuing education credits. Click on the Continuing Education Credits link located in the Abstract window below the presentation window and follow the process to obtain your credits. I now present today's speaker, Dr. Olivier Bricaud, Global Market Development Manager at Molecular Biology at Thermo Fisher Scientific. For a complete biography on our speakers, please visit the Biography tab at the left of your screen. Dr. Bricaud, you may now begin your presentation.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining. Today, I'll be talking about some of the recent advances that Thermo Fisher Scientific has done on Lyophilized qPCR reagent and how we can support your commercialization or assay development. First, I'd like to take some time and just go over about what is lyophilization and why should we consider lyophilization in those type of assay development. Lyophilization is a preservation method, and it's basically done by freezing a product that's in solution, and then by sublimation, removing the ice and just staying with a solid mass that contains that product, and that's very stable. That is a technique that has been used very early on food and so forth, but made this way relatively recently in drug and vaccine development process around the 90s. However, today it's really becoming an emerging trend in the molecular point of care assays for different reasons, but really for the flexibility that lyophilization affords for those type of assay. It's been mostly used or recently used in qPCR for a point of care assay, and it'll be able to really reduce the cost of transporting those assays to the point of care, while still achieving great results with those qPCR reagents. So there's no drop in performance. So why lyophilization? Beside what I just said, first of all, it's much more stable than any other preservation method. It can be stored at room temperature, which extends the shelf life and stability. That also increases the volume that's available for the sample, because we don't have to have any kind of preservative and so forth. It's just the sample itself and the reagent itself. Also, a lot of enzymes that are being delivered on the market contain glycerols, because glycerols is not compatible with lyophilization, and so there's a gap between the enzymes that were presented on the market and the lyophilization needs, which is why Thermo Fisher has developed a lot of Iyo-ready reagents that contain very little glycerols, but that while retaining all their capacity, their performances from before the lyophilization process. going to just take a moment here to start with our first polling question. So if you want to take a few moments to and answer the questions, if you are currently planning or developing a molecular diagnostic assay in Lyophilized format, and we really appreciate your answer. Right, hopefully you'll have the time to answer that question. Um, moving on and going back into our RT and and PCR enzyme, I'm thinking about before thinking about lyophilization, really thinking about the enzyme, and really when we look at any type of assay, the assay is only as good as the enzyme. If the enzyme doesn't perform correctly, then the assay is not going to perform correctly. And the main consideration to think when we think about enzymes are the sensitivity, the processivity, if the type of combination lower is better. Inhibitor tolerance, we don't want to have any kind of false negative because of the presence of an inhibitor, and also the thermostability, because we mostly deal with PCR workflow where there's a wide range of temperature. So now, going back to the Lyo-ready enzyme and the one that we are developing there, we are keeping in mind the characteristic that made a good enzymes, and that have to be they have to stay true before and after the lyophilization, when the enzyme is reconstituted. So we developed a large game of enzymes that have been specially formulated for lyophilization application, and keeping in mind the PCR and qPCR workflow. So we have, as listed on that slide, we have reverse transcriptase, we have tag DNA polymerase, proliferating DNA polymerase, and also we have isothermal enzymes that can be applied for LAMP or RT-LAMP application, as they are trending right currently in the molecular diagnostic industry. Those enzymes were being shown with our R&D department has shown that they were performing, if not as well, maybe better than other leading enzymes after lyophilization or reconstitution. And I just want to show a couple of examples here. Using one of our latest Lyo-ready enzyme, which is the Lyo-ready superscript reverse transcriptase one-step RT-qPCR. So it's a one-step enzyme that just one tube, but everything can be lyophilized together, reconstituted, and the sample can be added directly, and the RT-qPCR performed, which I showed here. This is the detection of two viral RNA, one for the flu virus, one for the coronavirus SARS-CoV-2. And the result of our enzyme are shown on the left of the slide under the red column. As you can see, compared to the three other suppliers and leading one-step RT-qPCR enzyme, our Lyo-ready enzyme perform as well, if not better, in most cases, than the other enzyme, showing that all the lyophilization process didn't decay any kind of preferences, and is still true to its true performances to begin with. We also show that is the same is true when we look at difficult difficult samples to work with, like human samples. And here are shown using the same one-step RT-qPCR. Detection of two genes like beta glucose residase and insulin-like growth factor in human samples using our Lyo-ready one-step RT-qPCR, and comparing that to the leading enzymes after lyophilization and reconstitution. And as you can see again on the left under the red column, our Lyo-ready enzymes perform at least as well, if not better than the competition, really showing that our Lyo-ready enzymes are performing the way that they should be after reconstitution. as I said, we are thinking about when Lyo-ready enzymes throughout the whole workflow of amplification. Um, and isothermal amplification have been becoming more and more predominant in the last couple of years, and we have developed some Lyo-ready enzymes, whether it's the DNA polymerase or the RT enzymes that are Lyo-ready specifically for the RT lamp or lamp workflow. Um, the enzymes I just talked about are really geared towards um, assay developers who want to create their own Umbro assay, but we also have a wide a variety of master mix that are already ready and Lyo-ready based on TaqMan technology. And we have a qPCR, we have a West Party qPCR that are all the advantage of our Thermo Fisher Scientific master mix, but they're also Lyo-ready. And to really complete the workflow, we just launched last summer a consumable that is specifically designed for lyophilization. It's the Armadillo 96 well PCR strip plates. Hard shell PCR plates are very well suited for automation and liquid handling automation mostly. But this plate has the feature that it can be snapped into rows of eight wells, the strips of wells, which allow the flexibility to have a an assay that's being lyophilized into a 96 well format and then used in a much more flexible and less wasteful way by just snapping rows and using as well format. So really thinking about the whole workflow of the assay from the manufacturing all the way to the end user that might not need to use 96 well assay every time. Um, um, and this plate has been specifically shown um, to be lyophilization compatible and does not affect reagents that are being the performance of reagents that are being lyophilized in this plate. I'll pause again for our second question, and so if you can take the time to answer, that would be very appreciated. The question is, which methods are you using for your molecular diagnostic assay, whether it's RT-qPCR or qPCR, isothermal amplification, next-gen sequencing, or any other? Great. Thank you so much for your answers. Um, I'll move away a little bit from the product itself that what we're offering in this type of application, and really focusing more of what Thermo Fisher Scientific wants to be for you. Not only wants to be a supplier, but we want to be a partner. We really want to enable you to be successful in your project and your endeavors. We want to be there supporting your needs, not only from a product's perspective, but also from an intellectual property, a manufacturing or service and support perspective. And um, that comes with throughout the world journey we can help evaluating your workflow need. We can work with you in terms of understanding what you are trying to achieve and how to get there. From them, we can help with selecting the right product from our portfolio. We have a very, very vast portfolio that can be sometimes daunting, but our sales teams and product teams are trained to help you select the product that fits your need, depending on the goal that you have in mind. We can also, if we don't carry that product, we can help with customizing the product. We have a team of research and development that is dedicated to customize product if needed to when we work in partnership. And also we can work with supply agreement, licensing agreement, and so forth, and very streamlining that piece. And also with the manufacturing, we have manufacturing capability that we can put at your disposal if needed to be. So we really want to be your partner throughout the whole process from ID to commercialization. And simply because we think that through partnership and alliances we can create more value. We have this mantra 1+1=3 in mind, where we can bring everything that Thermo Fisher represents and is to the table, whether it's the strong brand, the value proposition, the portfolio breadth, our innovative scientists, our size and scale of manufacturing, and can really bring that to the table, really to support you and build value for you as you go through the commercialization journey. And let's not forget, Thermo Fisher Scientific is a company that's of scientists that we want to support scientists. So we're bringing a vast scientific expertise, knowledge, and how-to that can help you throughout, from R&D to verification, manufacturing. We also have regulatory knowledge that we can put on the table as well to really support you, and also with the commercialization. So we really want to be your strategic partner, not just a supplier, but a strategic partner on your journey to be successful in your commercialization need. And because of that very strong will to be your strategic partner, we just launching this month a new program, the Molecular Diagnostic Assay Developer Program, that really target the smaller or mid-sized assay developer to really provide them the support that they need to go through all the hurdles that the commercialization process involve. And really at the feasibility and development, really early on, we want to be with you to help you be successful from the beginning and not fail very early on and being successful throughout. What is this program? It's a program that is three-pronged. One, we have discount pricing, so to really help you with cost and also make sure that you have the product and you have the portfolio, you have the product for your portfolio all together in a way that makes sense, and we can work with that with you. Also, dealing with multiple supplier when it comes down to commercialization, it can be very daunting. So we want to streamline that. We want to offer multi-site site letter that just make sure that all the contract part is being taken care in a very simple and very streamlined fashion to save headache down the road. And we also have seeding programs that offer instrument rentals and a variety of other perks. So think about this program in mind if you have any type of project that are gearing up towards commercialization. And it's now time for our last question. Speaking of assay development, we just wanted to see if we will be interested to be contacted by one of our business development managers to discuss any further. I'll pause here for a few seconds so you can answer that question. Thank you. Great, thank you so much for your answers. If regardless of what you have answered to the last question, if you want to be in touch with us and we can discuss your need and how can we be your partner, you can always contact your business development manager at any time. They are here to support you, or you can just visit our website at thermofisher.com/OEM-inquiry, and there'll be a slew of information on how can we support you and also a point of contact to reach us. I just now want to thank you for your attention. I hope that you enjoy the talk and that we'll be partnering very soon in your commercialization project. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Bricaud, for your time today and your important research. Before we go, I'd like to thank the audience for joining us today. I'd also like to thank our sponsor, Thermo Fisher Scientific, for sponsoring today's webinar. Questions submitted today and during the on-demand period will be addressed by the speaker via the contact information you provided at the time of registration. This webcast can be viewed on demand for 2 years until May 18th, 2024. Lab Roots will alert you via email when it's available for replay, and we encourage you to share that email with any of your colleagues who may have missed today's live event. Until next time, goodbye.